dears, welcome you all to the learning platform of Mohassin's Nursing Lecture. All children are born to grow, to develop, to live, to love, and articulate their needs and feelings for their self-protection. Development of the nation depends upon its children, and there is no doubt that the childhood is the foundation upon which the development of an individual depends. Childhood, the years between 3 to 12 years, is extremely impressionable age, in which all the little things what he have learned in the childhood is carried over to his adulthood. Early years of child's development is very important for the health and development. Healthy development means that the children with all abilities, including those who need special healthcare needs, are able to grow where their social, emotional, and educational needs are met. Having a safe and loving home and spending time with family are very important. Proper nutrition, exercise, and sleep also can make a big difference. There is a set of principles that characterizes the pattern and process of growth and development. These principles or characteristics describe the typical development as a predictable and orderly process. In this video, we will discuss regarding the principles of growth and development and its influence in the growth and development of the child. So we can start the topic. So we can define the growth and development. What is growth? It refers to the multiplication of the cells and increase in the intercellular substance in which the tissue cells are embedded, such as ground substance matrix, which includes body substances, bones, muscles, ligaments, cartilage, and connective tissues. It represents the quantitative changes in the body. Growth is an increase in the physical size of the whole or any of its parts. Next, we can define development. Development is a progressive increase in skill and capacity to function. Child development involves the biological, psychological, and emotional changes that occur in human beings throughout the lifespan. Development brings qualitative change in the child's functioning capacity. Throughout the lifespan of infancy, the baby acquires much more developmental milestones from head and neck control till independent walking. A toddler with a 2-year-old can push a tricycle with feet on the ground and also throw or catch a large ball using both arms, which illustrates the acquisition of skill by that age, which is the proper demonstration of the development. Next, we will discuss regarding the principles of growth and development. And the first principle, that is, the development is similar for all. Every child passes through the similar stages of growth and development. Development happens in the same order in most children, but skills might develop at different ages or times. For example, children usually lying on back with the clenched fist, followed by holding head and then rolling over and then rising up with hands. Crawling on stomach, then sitting, standing with support, and then walking. Here you can see a series of sequential development, but this development can happen anytime between 8 to 18 months. We cannot see any child who walks before standing, as it is against the basic principle of growth and development. Second principle, Development proceeds from the general to specific. In motor as well as mental responses, general activity always precedes specific activity. In all areas of development, general activity always precedes specific activity. For example, the fetus moves its whole body but is incapable of making specific responses. In motor development, also, generalized body movements will occur first, which is followed by fine motor control. Example, infants uses hands first and then learn using fingers. This can be seen when the child holds the toys, pen or pencils with their hands first, but later they can use fingers, which enable them building blocks, write, draw or paint. With respect to emotional behavior, infants approach strange and unusual objects with some sort of general fear response. Later, their fears become more specific and elicit different kinds of behavior such as crying, hiding, and turning away from the strange things. Next principle is development is continuous. The development starting from the conception and ending at death. It is a continuous process, but sometimes rapid and sometimes it will be slow. Development does not stop at any time. It continues from the womb to tomb. The fact that development is continuous emphasizes the point that each stage of development has its foundations built upon a preceding stage and has a definite influence on the succeeding stage of development. Just see the example of the speech, the development of speech in the child. Speech in child does not develop overnight. First, the child coos, then gurgles, then makes sounds first, then slowly and gradually learns words, and then language develops. Next principle is development proceed at different rates. Rapid growth occurs at fetal life and infancy, and it slows down during school age. During pregnancy, the fetus is undergoing tremendous and rapid changes in their structure from 9 weeks till 40 weeks. From 0 to 12 months, infants also going through a series of tremendous changes in the body and acquisition of many skills from holding the neck to walking. The growth slows down during school age. A growth spurt occurs in puberty and early adolescence, but it slows down during adulthood and old age. Besides, development proceeds at varying rates from child to child, as well as unevenly within different areas of each child's functioning. While all children pass through the same stages of development, each child goes through these stages at his or her own pace. Next principle is there is a correlation in growth and development. There is a correlation between the physical and mental development of the body. The physical growth can positively influence other developmental domains through the development of brain and musculoskeletal system. Children with the delays in cognitive, motor, and socio-emotional development might have compromised interactions with caregivers and others. Delay in normal growth can adversely affect the child, results in the developmental delay and lack of attainment skills for proper age in children. Next principle is individual differences in the developmental process. Each child with his unique heredity and nature will progress at his own rate in terms of size, shape, capacity, and developmental status. Even though The pattern of development is similar for all children, but the rate of development varies among children. Each child develops as per his abilities and perception of his environment. Children differ from each other both genetically and environmentally. So, both biological and environmental situations have their impact on individual development, which leads to individual differences in development. Understanding this fact of individual differences in rates of development should aware us to be careful about using and relying on age and stage characteristics to label children. Next principle of growth and development is that development depends on maturation and learning. Sudden appearance of certain traits that develop through maturation is quite common. Learning comes from exercise and effort on the part of an individual. Maturation refers to the sequential characteristics of biological growth and development. The biological changes occur in sequential order and give children new abilities. Changes in the brain and nervous system account largely for maturation. The child's environment and learning that occurs as a result of child's experiences largely determine whether the child will reach optimal development. An enriched environment and varied experiences help the child to develop his or her potential. Unless the child had the opportunity for learning, many of his hereditary potentials will never reach their optimum development. Next principle of growth and development is that early development is more significant than later development. Favorable conditions during infancy lead to growth of children to healthy adult. If the prenatal and postnatal conditions are unfavorable, there is a damaging effect on the growth and development of the child. A child's early years are the foundations for his or her future development, providing a strong base for lifelong learning and learning abilities, including cognitive and socio-emotional development. If parents gratify the needs of the children for food, attention, and love, the perception towards people and situation remain positive throughout his life. He develops positive attitudes, feels secure, emotionally stable, and adjusts well with the environment. If negative experiences occur during early life of the child, maladjustment may take place. Different researchers view that the preschool years age are the most important years of development, as basic foundation is laid down during this period, which is difficult to change. Next principle is that there are predictable patterns of growth and development. Human development is predictable during the lifespan. Although this development is influenced by both genetic and environmental factors, however, it takes place in a predefined manner. During prenatal and postnatal period, growth and development follow two patterns. The first one is cephalocaudal. It is a development spread over the body from the head to foot. That is, improvement in structure and functions of the body comes first in the head region, then in the trunk, and lastly in the legs, which can be seen by the sequential development during infancy from fetal posture of newborn till walk alone by the 1 year of age of the child. Next one, proxima distal. This is a development which proceeds from near to far, from central axis of the body towards the periphery or extremities. An example of such a pattern is the early development of muscular control of the trunk and arms relative to the hands and fingers. Besides, specific areas of development such as different aspects of motor development, emotional behavior, speech, social behavior, concept development, calls, intellectual development, etc. This all follow a predictable patterns. For example, the growth of the child in height and weight it will be continue up to a certain age. In general, it is also found that all children follow a commonality in the development periods of life. It is in the infancy the reservoir of the security is formed, from which the love, affection, and compassion may be drawn to the rest of his life. The nature and condition of the child's learning may alter as the child grows, but the learning is appear to be one of the fundamental factors that determine the attitude of the child in the later years of life. Continual change is the essence of life. The cessation of physical growth at the end of the adolescence doesn't mean that the development ends there. Development of the physical prowess, skill and mental capacity continue to develop for many years. Even the middle age does not interrupt the development. I hope you all understood my video. We will explore more information regarding the growth and development in the coming videos. Till then, goodbye. Stay safe. Thank you all.